People are afraid to bet on themselves. People are afraid that they might actually be noticed. And it's that Parapet Syndrome. When I first went to England and I shared that I was an empowerment coach, this is an interesting fact. I shared that I was an empowerment coach and I was hosting an empowerment event downtown Worcester at this cafe. And as I was handing out pamphlets and things in the streets, the women that myself and my ex were encountering as we distributed them was, oh, I don't need to be empowered, and no. And it was all, I later came to find out by talking with some of my friends, that is because people don't want power because the culture in England is to love bringing people up in order to chop them down. And parapet, when I first heard it, thought everyone was saying power pit, which made sense to me because it's like, well, if you're going to go into the power pit, you've got to be prepared to lose your head. And basically a parapet is actually the divots on a castle, drawbridge, or at the top of a castle where you can hide your head around so archers couldn't get you and all the rest of that, right, for battle purposes. Well, socially speaking, in England, the culture is to keep your head below the parapet so that you don't get your head lopped off in a public beheading, because people love blood until they realize how beautiful peace can be. And I'm writing a book that is all about the hero's journey, but turning it into the quest of the spiritual warrior, talking about the dark night of the soul that I experienced last summer when I was here in this space on my own, supporting myself fully for the first time. My self-image completely needed to reorient itself to no longer being someone that was reliant on someone else to look after my bills. There is an extreme liberation for being able to do it on your own. Not to say that you have to always and be the independent, strong woman. And there's a difference between between being strong and being a woman or man of strength. And there's a beautiful poem that I'll share another time. But I had that dark night of the soul last summer, and that phoenix process of being rebirthed, literally. Yeah, I experienced that too. And then, the embodiment of the lessons and the wisdom that you've acquired, and then the integration of it into your experience as you return back to the tribe that you left in order to have the adventure in the first place, with the elixir, with the wisdom that is going to save everyone. You don't necessarily have to bring an elixir of a solution. You just need to be you, because you have a unique message that no one else has the capacity to deliver. You uniquely were here. You came here to share that. That is your shift. And one of the things that I'm talking about in the book is, we've got to make that shift from success to significance. It's got to be about who we become as we achieve the things that we want. Success, titles, positions, possessions, relationship, connections, all of that. Yes, it matters. It's not everything. It's about significance. It's about your service to humanity, which is when you add the value that you are here to bring. John Maxwell, my friend and mentor, says that the only difference between a rut and a grave is that a rut has both ends kicked out. Truly. There are so many people that are living confined within this small space called their life because they don't want to stick their head above the parapet. And you've got to be willing to be persecuted for what you want and what you believe in. So I ask you, what are you willing to stick your head above the parapet in order to share with the world? Go and do it. Fearlessly, fearfully, whatever it takes. Just take the first step. You're worth it, and the world is waiting to hear from you. Laura J. Hamilton, Namaste.